Selena Gomez's peak is almost universally tied to her 2015 revival-era moment where everything clicked. This was when she ditched the Disney image for good and embraced a sultry, self-assured persona with smashes like Good For You and Hands to Myself. Fashion magazines couldn't get enough of her. Her selfies became fan staples, and red carpets turned into personal runways. But Revival wasn't just a hit album, was a reinvention that made her mainstream royalty. So today, we're diving into why that era was so magnetic for fans, for pop culture, and maybe even for Selena herself. Is it possible she's been trying to chase that high ever since? Revival didn't just mark a new musical chapter. It came right when Selena was distancing herself from the whirlwind that was her relationship with Justin Bieber. After years of messy headlines, emotional breakdowns, and cheating rumors, Revival was her loudest message yet. I'm not defined by a man. In interviews, she confidently stated she had full ownership of her story now. And you could feel it. Her lyrics were laced with heartbreak, but she sang them like someone who had healed. No more tears, just transformation. She wasn't broken, she was reborn. Yet, despite her bold image, Revival was also laced with vulnerability. Songs like Sober and Camouflage peeled back the glamorous surface and revealed a woman who was still wrestling with her emotions. And that's what made the album resonate so deeply with fans. It was both a power statement and a confession. Selena wasn't just curating a persona, she was showing us the messy, unfiltered parts too. That emotional duality, soft yet strong, sad yet sexy, was something people could relate to. It made her feel real. It made her feel reachable. This emotional honesty translated into massive success. Revival debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, and Selena embarked on her most ambitious tour yet. Her live performances were more choreographed, more polished, more grown-up. She was no longer relying on Disney nostalgia. She was a full-fledged pop star now. Magazines like Vogue and Elle praised her fashion evolution, while critics applauded the album's cohesiveness and maturity. Fans called it her era of power. And for once, the world wasn't talking about her breakup, they were talking about her music. But just as Selena reached this new artistic peak, her health started to decline. Behind the scenes, she was battling lupus and going through chemotherapy, something most fans had no idea about at the time. In 2016, she abruptly cancelled the European leg of the Revival tour and checked into a rehab facility for anxiety and depression. It was a shocking moment, because on the outside, she looked like she was thriving. But underneath the surface, she was unraveling. And for many fans, it showed just how much pressure she was under to maintain that perfect image. After her rehab stay, Selena returned with a noticeably more private, cautious energy. Her interviews became more filtered, her social media less spontaneous. The wild confidence of Revival had dimmed. And while she still released music, Bad Liar and Fetish, there was something more experimental, even hesitant about it. She no longer seemed interested in playing the pop star game. In some ways, it felt like Revival had burned her out. Like it had taken everything from her and left her unsure of what came next. And then came the ultimate gut punch: Justin Bieber's engagement to Hailey Baldwin in 2018. For fans who had followed Jelena for years, it felt like an emotional earthquake. Selena stayed mostly silent publicly, but her music and her fans told the story. Songs like Lose You to Love Me dripped with heartbreak and betrayal. She had given her entire youth to someone who had moved on in an instant. And for many, that was the moment Selena began to close off emotionally, at least in the public eye. Since then, Selena has released solid projects like Rare and Revolution, but none have captured the lightning-in-a-bottle energy of Revival. Her public image has shifted to where once she was the confident siren of Good For You. Now she's more like the relatable big sister. Kind, grounded, cautious. She's active with mental health causes. She rarely engages in drama. And she's leaned into her healing era. But some fans wonder, has Selena fully healed? Or has she just learned how to mask the pain better? There's a growing sentiment among fans that Selena might still be haunted by her Revival era. From the way she revisits certain aesthetics in photoshoots, to cryptic lyrics that hint at lost power and identity. It's like she's trying to tap into that version of herself again. And who can blame her? That was the time she had control, confidence, and cultural dominance. But chasing a past self can be dangerous. Because the more you try to recreate a peak, the more you realize how far you've drifted from it. What's interesting is how the media, too, keeps circling back to Revival. Interviews, retrospectives, TikTok edits. It's like everyone agrees that was her golden era. Even in fan wars between Selenators and Beliebers, or the drama with Hailey Bieber, Revival always respects. That era gave her cultural credibility that still protects her today. It's why, even when she disappears for months, she never fully fades. Because the ghost of Revival is still working overtime behind the scenes, keeping her legacy. So, is Selena Gomez still chasing the ghost of Revival? Or has she outgrown it and moved into a quieter, more intentional chapter? That's up for debate. What's clear is that Revival was more than just an album. It was her personal revolution. A moment where she stopped being someone else's story and started writing her own. And maybe, just maybe, part of her still misses the girl who dared to do that, alive. Or maybe the Selena from Revival was never meant to last, just meant to remind us who she could be. If only the world let her.